To determine if a situation represents a survey, an experiment, or an observational study, I'm going to begin by looking for some keywords. So let's go ahead and look at this first example down here. If you haven't read it yet, go ahead and pause the video and read this for yourself real quick. And I'll assume you've done that at this point. So as I do this then, or as I read these, I'm looking for keywords, and really what jumps out at me in this first scenario is the word watch. These people are watching the teenagers to see what their reactions are to these album covers. Because we're just watching and not interfering with this, I'm going to say this is definitely going to be a case of an observational study. It's not an experiment. We don't have a control group. It's not a survey, we're not asking any questions, so I'm going to say this is definitely an observational study. I'm just watching, I'm not interfering. As far as the sample goes, well, that's going to be the people we watch. So in this case, it's the randomly selected 50 teenagers that we are watching, so 50 teenagers. And then the problem also asks me to describe or suggest a population, meaning these people that we observed, what could they be representative of in general? How could we apply this to a larger group? And so I think in this case, it's probably best to say the population might be all teenagers. Or really, I suppose if you're really thinking about this problem, you may even want to say all people that are interested in buying this album cover. So maybe even all people, or all potential consumers. I'll let you abbreviate that. Potential consumers. Alright, so cool. Let's go ahead and look at one more. And again, I'm going to be looking for keywords. So if you have not read the problem yet, go ahead and read the situation. Pause the video and read that problem for yourself. And again, I'm going to look for keywords to decide if this is a observational study, a survey, or an experiment. Okay. And as I read this one, there's a very important keyword that jumps out to me, and that is this questionnaire word right there. Because I'm giving a questionnaire, I'm asking questions, I'm asking people for their opinions, it's pretty clear that this is going to be a survey that I'm doing. Okay. As far as what my sample goes, well, the sample is who I asked the question to, so these 50 random citizens would represent my sample. And then as far as a population this might represent, well, I don't want to say all people, because this recycling program isn't going to be something that's worldwide, it's just for this particular city. So I'm going to say my population is probably all citizens in this city, or all people in this city, okay? Which hopefully is representative of those 50 people that I sampled, all citizens in the city. Alright. That's really all I've got for this one, okay? We didn't take a look at an experiment, but I think you'd probably recognize an experiment scenario, because you'd definitely have something that you're testing. You'd have a control group and an experimental group. Basically, think of science class. If you're doing something that seems scientific and something you're testing, you're probably working with an experiment.